Sister Wives fans can't help but wonder where and how is the only Sister Wives kid we never get an update from, which is really weird. You already know it's weird, so we're just going to discuss. And poor Dayton is probably over here like, look, I don't want nothing to do with these people, okay? I don't want nothing to do with these people. I just got to live with them under their roof and do what they say. I don't want to have nothing to do with this show. I think that's what Dayton is thinking now. But I digress. Since Sister Wives fans are curious about Dayton's whereabouts, a fan posted to a Reddit group, does anyone know what's going on with Dayton? No one really talks about him. But Amanda Ray, R-A-Y, on YouTube, I'm just saying. I know he isn't living with Kody and Robyn. Well, how do you know that? How do you know that if nobody really talks about him? See, this is why I think Kody and Robyn have fake accounts or other creators to spin their narrative to further fuel their narrative. Because I've already posted the Dayton update in real time, and I always do. So just look up Dayton Brown on YouTube, and my videos should pop up. Dayton currently is living in Flagstaff, Arizona. His address is Kody and Robyn's new home address. I want to remind y'all, Dayton was previously confirmed to be living in an RV in Kody and Robyn's old McMansion yard. Okay, the new McMansion has an RV garage along with its own living quarters inside the RV garage. Coinky dink? I think not. Do you think it's a coincidence that the property Kody and Robyn just purchased, the over $2 million property, you think it's a coincidence that it has an RV garage with a living quarters, knowing that Dayton was just living in an RV in their driveway, and then word got out? I'm just saying. Also, Dayton's LinkedIn is public. He's in Flagstaff, Arizona. You can Google it. It's public knowledge. I don't think we know that he doesn't live with Kody and Robyn. Thank you. People saw him or maybe someone else walking near the RV parked outside Robyn's, and that became he lived there, which became he got kicked out. No. Peyton Brown confirmed that. His brother, Peyton Brown, confirmed that. Okay, I think there's a good chance he lives with them and just doesn't want to film. Their new house has a separate living quarters. The family talks about the boys missing him and wishing they had contact with him, which makes me think he's still under Robyn's control. Peyton said in a 3-hour interview about a year and a half ago on YouTube that the RV was to make one of the other wives happy and Dayton lived in it. While I don't know for sure, I always assumed it was Janelle's calling out of Kody for allowing Robyn's kids to live there eternally, but wanted her boys out, and that was Kody. This was Kody's compromise. I also remember when they were listing their house for sale, either the SM people who went and looked at it under false pretenses, or maybe it was in the listing, I can't remember, said stay away from the RV while viewing because the person might be home who lives in it. I took that as Dayton as well as backed up what Peyton was saying. Kody bragged he kicked Dayton out into the RV because he wasn't following their COVID rules in one of the tell-alls. He said it to show he wasn't being unfair to expect Gabe and Garrison to move out. I heard somewhere Robyn's mom put the down payment on the property and was able to live in that separate house. Now, I want to also confirm there are 3 structures on that property. There's 3 separate living quarters. There's a main house. There's an RV garage with the living quarters attached to the RV garage. And there's a totally separate mother-in-law suite house. Just want to put that out there. Do we need to do another property tour? We will. Stay tuned for that. I love doing this. I really do. How do you know he isn't living with Kody and Robyn? Their new house has an entire guest house. 2 guest houses. There is speculation that he lives in that. quick Google search says he's changed. Well, Google is not always correct. Have you seen what AI does? When you Google it, when AI answers, it's like some of the most ridiculous answers and responses that is so far from the truth. It is unreal. But that's how misinformation gets spread. That's a big part of it. I just saw him at Safeway in Flagstaff buying a bunch of Dawn dish soap. So I think he lives with them still. Ooh, let's read. Thanks, man. According to his LinkedIn page, he's working for a company that's based in Texas. I don't know if that means he's in Texas or just based there. Well, he does work over the internet, so it could be a work from home situation. Kind of like I work for Google AdSense, but I'm not actually at the Google headquarters. I don't work for, you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? He was at the Wyoming burial. His face was blurred, but he was pacing back and forth in one spot behind Kody's mom. At one point, he gave Logan a tissue. You can tell that is him. I just don't hear much, so I'm curious. He chooses to remain private, and we should respect that. Dayton was always a soft spot for me. My son is the same age, has autism as well. Just hope he's doing good. I think we saw him at the burial service. He was standing on the side, blurred out, not standing with Robyn and her kids, but with the OG kids. I don't know, but I just want to say Dayton is one of my favorite kids from the show, just funny and sweet. Yes, he does live with Kody and Robyn, and Garrison said he had stopped answering his texts, so he's seemingly on board with them cutting off the family. That is sad. Maybe Garrison's tragedy has amended that, I hope. I don't know where he is living, but as a young adult, I hope he's out there living on his own and not still dependent on Kody and Robyn. No. His name is on the deed of the new McMansion, and it has a guest. I'm pretty sure he lives with them. Source for his name being on the deed. It was one of the podcasters who pulled up the deed when he bought the new McMansion. It was Kody, Robyn, Alice, and Dayton. Since he doesn't go by Dayton anymore, he goes by David. By the way, I was the one that put that out. Oop. You're welcome. By the way, subscribe if you haven't already. There's another reason. You'll hear that a lot when you're scrolling through like fan pages and stuff, especially on Reddit, because for whatever reason, it's really weird to me, but it's very telling on who runs these sister wives, quote unquote, fan pages on Reddit, these communities. That's not like a community at all, because the only time you see my name mentioned on there as a Sister Wives commentary channel is when they're dragging me for filth and saying I'm the most unreliable person out there. That's very telling at who runs the pages, I think. But anyway. Is he close to any of the siblings? Was he at Garrison's funeral? And by the way, I just want to throw out there, I've never been sued, and I've never lied. I always post facts. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, and this family has never once said, don't watch me because I'm inaccurate. Checkmate. If he is close to any of the siblings, was he at Garrison's funeral? I did hear yes, but he was blurred out. He's Johnny Appleseed and has settled down. Does anyone know how Robyn was able to have Kody adopt all her kids? Did their father not contest it at all? Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to do a whole property tour of Kody and Robyn's new McMansion so we can go through and we can see. And then we'll also go through the deed and whose name is on where and all the things. So stay tuned for that video. It is coming up later this week. Be sure you hit that subscribe button on this channel. Also, hit that notification bell besides subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Don't forget to like and share this video. Share the facts. Share the speculation, but don't share the misinformation. I don't know why I said that. That was so weird. It just come out. You're welcome for the ridiculousness. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.